Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, y'all. Just want to, before we get started today, I want to make an announcement. I love my Latina girlfriend, and I want to publicly apologize for not asking her about her day today. I love you, babe. Now, let's get started. I want to talk about keeping your day job. This is addressed to my younger self. Essentially, when I was younger, I made some business decisions. Not the most intelligent of decisions. I'm trying to figure out what is that blob over there? Why is this happening? Anyway, we'll keep going. I decided when I was younger, when I was working at a pretty stable, pretty successful, quote unquote, um, bank job. I was making at the time it was $15 an hour, which is 8 years ago or so, and on top of that, commission. It's pretty cool as a 19, 18-year old to be working in something like that. It has some prestige behind it. Now, obviously, I didn't understand how banks worked at the time. That's a topic for a different day. But I was working there, and for some reason or another, I got approved for $40,000, $50,000 of credit, and my mind raced and went wild with that. I decided to start a business, completely quit my job, and said, look, if I spend all of this time, every hour, every day, I'm spending 8 hours of time in this job, but not only 8 hours of time, I'm spending the commute there, the commute back, and I'm spending the energy. So after that, I have like little to no energy, and I want to spend time with friends. I want to hang out. So what if I took that 8 hours that I was working and instead put that into a business? I guarantee that business will work, and I have a credit card to live off of in the meantime. So why not? Fuck it. I'm still paying off that debt today. Um, long story short, but that's besides the point. I did build a business, and it was a successful eBay business where I was making $3,000 a month, automated. It was great. Um, I got to spend a lot of time just mixing and making music with friends, and that was cool until eBay out of nowhere deleted, banned my page. To this day, I still am banned off of eBay. I don't exactly know why either. Don't know exactly what happened. It's still a mystery. I called them multiple times, tried to figure that out. They told me, due to business policy, sir, in their Filipino accent, because I was speaking to the call center, which is in the Philippines. Nothing against Filipinos. I love them. I've been to the Philippines. Anyway, yeah, due to business policy, sir, we cannot disclose why we ban your account permanently. Sorry. I didn't even get a sorry. I didn't even get an apology. So anyway, eBay, PayPal, I hate you. I hate you. Anyway, yeah, so that happened. I in that time, I was starting to get involved with music, and I was like, all right, well, shit, this is the next logical step with business. I got into business uh, in regards to music, and I started mixing and mastering and making, an Instagram page based on that, and learning marketing books and just reading like crazy about how to market and how to build a brand and how to make money from it. And I did that for about 3 years. I actually successfully started making money online with that second business as well. And at its peak, I was making $1,000 a day with that business. That being said, I regret my decision to a degree with quitting my day job. And if I was speaking to my younger self or anybody in the same kind of mind state as I was at that time, I would say definitely don't quit your day job. And I'm going to tell you why. So I built that business. It was based on mixing and mastering music. What I knew, what I had learned, what I've been practicing and doing on a daily basis with friends and eventually clients, online and in person. And that's what my business was built around. However, there was a bottleneck. And what essentially a bottleneck is if you think of a bottle, specifically like a wine bottle, right? There's a bunch of wine at the bottom. It's a thick bottom. And then as it goes up, it gets skinnier and skinnier. That's the bottle neck. Now, if you're pouring the water out, the water is only, or the wine, whatever is in the bottle, if you're pouring it out, it's limited in the speed at which it goes out of that bottle by that bottleneck because it's the narrowest point. Now, how I was limited is I was limited by my time. I can only mix and master one song at a time, and it would take me at least an hour if I wanted to do it really well. That being said, if I'm selling my mixes for $40, $50 an hour, or $40, $50 a mix, I'm basically limiting myself to $40, $50 an hour. Is that a business? We'll talk about this another concept in a different time as well. That is not a business. That is a self-employment role that I created for myself. Yes, I happen to own the title, own the business. That's cool. But all it is a full-time job that I created for myself. I didn't want that. I wanted a business. A business is a system that runs whether you're there or whether you're not. And so I learned how to promote music. I learned how to run ads on Instagram, and I learned how to build a system, just like my eBay system or business, that made money for me whether I was working or not. It was an awesome system. At the same time, though, I was chasing money. I wasn't building something that had long-term value because I wasn't a music promoter. I didn't come up as a music promoter or anything. I came up on a music page that offered mixing and mastering services, something I knew and actually cared and enjoyed to do. But I took that creative pursuit and started chasing money rather than building something based on those skills that I really had and I was good at and I understood. And I could have, if looking back on this, I shouldn't have chased the money. I shouldn't have chased the system. I should have understood that, look, if I want to build something long term here, I can create a system out of it, but I should stick to what I know. So, long story short, I got into music promotion. I started promoting music and running shit tons of ads and growing my page. I still have 11,000 followers to this day on that Instagram account called Swish Music. Swish like basketball, two H's, music. Now, that page eventually died because it was SoundCloud promotion. And everybody knows that SoundCloud is not as popular nowadays compared to YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, or Apple Music. I built on sand, in a sense. I didn't build on a rock. I should have built on the rock of knowledge and experience that I already had in mixing and mastering. I mixed and mastered and recorded studio sessions for someone who's now signed to Little Dirk, Noza Jordan. I should have stuck with that and built a mixing and mastering course and taught mixing and mastering to other people. I had an audience. I had people who would have bought, and I had the knowledge to actually build something helpful for people, specifically people who mix and master music on their own at home, but wanted to sound better and didn't have access to studio artists and engineers. I dropped the ball there. Now with where my priorities are, it's not a priority. But if I built that the right way before, I'd probably still have passive income coming in each and every day right now because I would have a system and I'd have something that's already built where I can sell and actually provide value to people where it's a good transaction to make. It's an ethical one where I'm providing genuine value in exchange for money. Yeah, it didn't take that route. Now, it still was ethical, everything I did. I actually turned down the opportunity to scam people or essentially sell bot plays, bot promotion. I could have made a ton of money. I could have made roughly $20,000 a week doing that. Literally, I was making some money on that. I thought it was real plays. And when I found out it was fake, I actually lost $2,000 refunding everybody the money. And while they still kept their fake plays on their page. But yeah, I mean, I'm just a genuine person. At least I try to be. So, back to the point. I was chasing fast money versus long-term success. Again, I was building on a rock instead of sand. Hopefully you're familiar with that Bible verse. Speaking of Bible verses, I want to bring up another Bible verse as we start to close out this video. There's a Bible verse, Matthew 13:12. I'm not a huge religious person, but I do have that background, and I do have a lot of respect for the Bible, and I'm trying to get back into that as far as just building better connection with God, Jesus, and praying and that sort of thing. But anyway, let me read this verse to you. It'll make a little bit more sense. Now, I'm taking this verse out of context 100%, but I'll bring it full circle. So, the verse says, Matthew 13:12, whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have, will be taken away from them. Now, this verse is in regards to knowledge of just spiritual understanding coming from Jesus. He was asked, why do you speak in parables? He said, well, I speak in parables because those who, hear do not really understand. And even the little understanding that they have shall be taken away from them by me speaking in these parables. Now, the people who genuinely do understand, they will have an abundance of knowledge. They will be given even more. So that's essentially what he was doing. that Bible verse in and of itself, I think stands true at the same time. He who has will be given more, and he will have an abundance, or she. Whoever does not have, even what they have, will be taken away from them. I think this applies perfectly to sales. When you are a needy salesperson, when you need them to sign up, when you need them, you're speaking with what we call commission breath in my business. You're stinking up the whole store. You're stinking up everywhere you go because you need somebody to sign up. When you don't need somebody to sign up, when you're at zero sales for the day, and you're really pushing for one sale, hopefully you can get this one. You're coming off needy, like you're hiding something, and like a sleazy salesperson, and you try to use pressure tactics and whatnot, and you lose that customer who you would have signed up, you lose them too. But on the flip side, that same customer in the same situation versus or minus, instead of 0 sales, you're at 10 sales. You're like, shit, I'm chilling today. I made $800. I'm cooling. This person is like kind of on the fence. You're like, look, man, you don't have to get this or not, or you don't have to get this, but you could. And honestly, I think you should. I mean, it's just, it makes sense, right? Does it not? Yeah. Well, look, man, you can decide if you want it or not. If you don't, I don't really care. I'll go help some other people then. No, I want it. And then, they'll sign and whatnot. He who has will be given more, and they shall have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken away. This applies to relationships. If you have a great, just tons of friends and awesome relationships, guess what? Those people are going to introduce you to more people, and you're just going to have an abundance of relationships. You have some, you're given even more. Now, if you're this one person, you're super clingy to this one person in your life, and you're like, no, like I can't live without you. You're my only friend, right? Well, eventually that relationship is going to, go sour because you need them. And, even that one relationship that you did have will be taken away from you. This applies to happiness. This applies to money, and all sorts of areas of life. And I think that it's a very important or relevant Bible quote in relation to what I'm talking about. If you're trying to build a online business or a business in general, I think you should build from a position of strength. You should build from a position of already having money, not needing it, and being able to make the right choices for yourself long term, not from a position where you need money in the short term. I was in a position where I needed money in the short term. At least I felt that way. But in a big way, I was waking up most of the time. My bank account was on red because I had different bills that I wasn't on top of. I wasn't managing my money very properly. I was trying to keep my business alive and try to, just make money for the day. I would literally have negative money in my account, no credit line because I ran it all up. And I wouldn't know where I'm going to get food for the day. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? I would do Uber Eats while managing my team, while also, running ads on Instagram and looking for money and, trying to get mixing and mastering done and like whatever I could. I was just like hustling, but not even hustling, like honestly reacting to life, like living not paycheck to paycheck, but sale to sale, where, literally I had to make money each and every day or I wasn't going to have money to eat. And even the little money that I did have, it was taken away when little things would go wrong. My car breaks down, I need an oil change, like tiny little things. My computer breaks and it's like, fuck, what do I do? You don't want to live life in that way. And, if somebody told me this early on, I would be very grateful. I might not have listened to them, to be completely honest. And I don't know if even if you need this message right now, if you're fully going to listen, but I do feel like it's my responsibility to put it out there. And, I was going to go live today, so I had to talk about something. This came to mind. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that topic. I believe it'll serve you well in business and in life. And, yeah. So that is that. I ain't got shit else to say, brother, except have a nice night or day, whatever time it is for you as you're seeing this. If you are still watching all the way to the end, congratulations. You're part of a select few. And I want to work with you. Just kidding. I don't have shit to sell you, but I do have this. I do want you to do this. Comment on the bottom of this post if this helped you, if this is something that you needed. And I'm curious what your story is, if you're even watching. Like I said, to this point, I mean, shit, something I'm saying is resonating with you. Why don't you comment something? Just say, hey, how's it going, buddy? I'll be your friend, even if you don't have any. I won't disappear on you. I won't be taken away from you. Don't worry. I'm just fucking around at this point. I got to get out of here. I got better things to do with my time, and you do too, probably. Comment real quick. I'll see you later. Peace.